Paul says we need to stop celebrating and be humble. If Stoke beat us on Saturday and the other two teams win around us, we'll be playing League One next August. Calm down. How can we possibly calm down after this happened? Courtesy, of course, of Rams TV. Thank you very much for letting us share that. Welcome back, Luke, Kieran, and of course, Stace back to 20 minutes of Where Rams Walk. Luke, how many times have you watched that goal back?
I've lost count, mate. I've absolutely lost count. It was a very strange one for me because it was at the time I was trying to get my little lad to nap, so I had him in my arms. Got the free hit, goes past him to a half. He goes, "You're gonna have to hold him here because if something happens here," and we score, and I'm celebrating. But I'm not screaming. I'm gobs open, and I'm trying to be as quiet as I can because he's fast on. But it was an incredible moment.
Stace, how about you?
I've certainly watched it a lot more times than the Mendes Lang goal. We're probably talking hundreds. It seems to have appeared every time on my feed on Twitter. Every time I've gone and had a look today, it's there, and
yeah,
I'm absolutely there for it.
I mean, given the limbs in the West Brom away end were something special, but those limbs there are, that is just pure and utter passion, relief. I've seen grown men in tears if you watch the video closely again. What was your view of the overall game, though, Kieran?
Yeah, you know what? 3 points, job done. I thought, even though I think Ibu Adams, I think we've mentioned in previous weeks, he's our player of the season. I don't think he had a great game. And I think there was a part of me that was thinking, last 15 minutes, is this going to be another Portsmouth away game? Is this going to be a 0-0? We got it. I'm so glad we
did, man. Let's look at what we're talking about this week then. So we are focusing on the tweet we spoke about before. Is it time just to everyone to calm down and just be a little bit humble? Because we've seen before how things can go very, very wrong if you just get a bit carried away. We're talking about Nat Phillips, of course, as well. What are our summer wishes for Derby County? And what's the best home game we've seen at Pride Park this season? As, of course, we wave goodbye to the season this weekend against Stoke City. But, Luke, it's in your hands, and that's the best. That's the only thing that anybody wanted, wasn't it, on the final day of any season? You don't have to worry what happens at Fratton Park. All you've got to do is beat Stoke.
Yeah, absolutely. Keep it in our hands. Said last week, 6 points. Now just another 3, and we're safe. Just keep it in our hands. Don't worry about anyone else. It looks a lot prettier now, the table does, after that win, dragging Hull straight into it. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that needs to happen now. I think it's firmly in our hands, and I'm feeling a lot better now.
When Luton scored, Stace, in the early kickoff against Coventry, were you back fearing the worst?
I'll be honest, Mark. I didn't even know the Luton score until halfway through the game in Rams TV. I completely avoided it and made sure I wasn't focused on that and just focused on what Derby were doing. So I didn't even know the score until Rams TV mentioned it.
Okay. Kieran?
You know what? I was watching the Luton game, and I kind of had a feeling they would score, especially when Coventry went man down. I felt like they were always in the ascendancy. But I think Luton's form, Plymouth's form has actually been quite good these past few weeks. So I don't think we can count on any favours from anyone around us. I think it's concentrating on what you're doing. That's the most important thing.
Yeah. For Derby to go down now, we need, what do we need? We need Hull to win, because their goal difference is worse than yours. We need Luton to get a point. We need Preston to get a point at Bristol City. And Luton, they've got different away games. So, Luke, I'm sure you've worked through all the permutations in your head now. That goal at Hull means you're staying up largely.
Yeah, I'd like to think so. Like you said, I've looked at the table after the final whistle and a couple of hours later, just trying to work out, right, okay, what needs... Because on the day, I don't want to be thinking about it on the day because I'll not be able to enjoy myself because that'll be a right nightmare. So I've had a look before. But yeah, I think getting that win is absolutely massive going into the final day. And I think, like they say, the teams teams that need to win to drag us back in, they're playing Bristol. Someone who's playing Bristol City, they need to win to get that playoff spot. So they'll be up for it. So that's just one team that I think won't get a result. So I think we'll be absolutely fine.
Okay. If Portsmouth were to go into a 2-0 lead, Stace, effectively, you and Stoke can do that old kind of pass it around the back for 90 minutes, effectively, couldn't you? And just play it out, and the gentleman's understanding that you don't beat us, we don't beat you, and we'll both be fine.
They could do, but I don't think we're made up to be able to keep possession and play the ball around the back. So, so I would like. I don't think that's remotely possible. I think we'll go and try and win the game, hopefully win it, and potentially there's a chance Stoke could go down on the back of it, isn't there?
I mean, there's a lot more that needs to happen for Stoke to go down, but yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, so there's a lot. I think there's a lot going on.
Yeah. But let's talk about Nat Phillips then. Kieran Gav says Phillips has been classed since coming in. He deserves that goal. Tom says, brilliant, lads. It's in our hands now. Sign Nat Phillips up permanently, please. Yeah, we've not heard that shout all season. Do you agree, Kieran?
Yeah. You know what? Yeah, I do. I think he's been brilliant since he came in on loan. I wasn't too sure what to make of him after his last season at Cardiff, but he's been class. He's been really solid. We lost Nelson as well, so I was a little bit worried about our defence, but he's been brilliant. I just don't know about the wages. I don't know if maybe wage-wise, I know he's at Liverpool. I'm sure they must be paying him a good amount, so maybe that will be the stumbling block. But if we can come to an agreement, I'd be happy to keep him for another 2-3 years, 100%.
Yeah. Luke? Agreed?
Yeah, absolutely agree. I mean, I can't really repeat the words I was saying after he scored that goal that I'd love to do to him, because what a header that was. What a time to get your first goal for us. It was unbelievable. Yeah, honestly, if that's... Obviously, it's not... Obviously, it wouldn't be ideal to be the only signing, but if that's the only signing we did get, it'd be class, because he has been so good since he's come in. I'd love to get him, but like Kieran says, the wages might be a little bit tricky, but I'd love to see it happen. Really would. And I've heard someone went to the awards night, said he's really enjoying it and he'd love to stay as well. So I'm hoping might be able to get something done.
Fingers crossed. Stace, not just his goal yesterday, but his all-round contributions in games since he's been playing.
Yeah, absolutely love to see him back. Like Luke and Kieran both said, wages could be a bit of a tricky thing. It just makes a mockery of the fact that he could get in the side with Cashin and Nelson, considering where our strengths lie. He probably should have been in a lot earlier in the season rather than having to wait for injuries and sales, because he certainly stepped up to the mark. And I think if he'd been playing for most of the whole season, he'd be a good contender for Player of the Year.
It's been a great weekend for Derby all round, hasn't it? And Kieran, with that result at Wembley today as well.
Was very happy.
Absolutely.
Brill. All right. We go to what John Eustace. Casey Flanagan says, John Eustace, we'd already been relegated if Warne has stayed on a moment longer. And this is what's happened to Cardiff, of course, Kieran, because they, like Plymouth, took too long to get rid of Reza, only sacking him 2 weeks ago. Plymouth with Rooney, of course. They both just run out of games, unfortunately. I think Plymouth fans are saying if they'd had 2 more games, they'd have stayed up. Do you think that's true of Warne there? If you'd have go at the right time?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. I know when Eustace joined us, we were very, very low on confidence. I don't think we ever looked like scoring at all. And I think we had a few games under Eustace where we just didn't win. I remember we lost 4-0 away to QPR, and we looked devoid of confidence. But I think we got rid of him at the right time. I think Oxford as well made the right decision with Rabat in the end. I think they look safe now. Special, shout out to Portsmouth though for sticking with their manager. I think this is a controversial one. I know people probably go with whoever manages Leeds or Burnley, but I think Portsmouth's manager manager of the season. In my opinion, I think.
Yeah, well said. I mean, has it surprised you, Luke, to see Portsmouth and Oxford both stay up? And of course, you all three of you could potentially do it this season. The gap between League One and the Championship isn't as big as people make out.
Yeah, I'm quite shocked. To be fair, I think at one point Oxford did look like they might get dragged into it. I think Portsmouth's home form is what's kept them up. They've been absolutely brilliant at home, and yeah, Oxford bringing in Guy Rao is just the right man for the job for this league. Absolutely brilliant. But yeah, that gap, I think it's getting potentially smaller and smaller. Like the gap from going up then to the Premier League is absolutely crazy now. I mean, look, all three sides coming straight back down again. But yeah, I think that gap from going up from League One to the Championship is a lot smaller.
Yeah. Okay. Right then. My one worry about this weekend, Stace, is and our Blackburn fans will tell you this, and our Birmingham ones, is that when Eustace has a big game in front of him, he does tend to go very defensive and doesn't like to take any risks in games like this. I mean, a 0-0 will suit you down to the ground, be absolutely fine. But what do you want to see happen in terms of the game plan on Saturdays? Is it a kind of keep it tight, see what happens, or is it just go hell for leather, gung ho, kill the game off as soon as you can, so the stadium doesn't get nervy?
I think he'll just do what he's been doing since he came in. Really, keep it tight. Play for chances, look at getting opportunities on the break, free kicks in and around the box, long throws, corners, and take your chances there. And we've certainly stepped up to the plate from those set pieces. Now, I think I can't see us just going willy-nilly and absolutely chucking everything at Stoke. It would be suicide for me. I think he'll stay, believe in the process, trust the process, and I think we'll be fine.
And the atmosphere, Kieran, I mean, it was loud and raucous before the Luton game. When Luton scored, it did go flat. How important can this home crowd be to the result?
100%. You know, when Pride Park is rocking, I'm sure we'll be at the 12th man. And I don't think Eustace will go too defensive. I think maybe you can quote me, tweet me, whatever. We'll win 1-0, and it'll be an early goal in the second half. I think that's how we'll play it. If he wants to go defensive after that, be my guest. Okay,
all right. Fingers crossed. Look, it's been great having Derby back in the Championship, and we definitely don't want to lose. Definitely don't want to lose you. And I can't see it happening. I think it's going to be between Hull and Luton now, isn't it? Between what happens on Saturday. Fingers crossed for you. Right, let's look ahead to the summer then a little bit, if that's okay with you. First of all, I want to talk about kits. I think you've had some stunning kits this season. We know they're already made, so we can't influence the decision. But Luke, if you were in charge, what little things would you like to see on the home kit, and definitely what sort of colour and shades would you have the away kit in next season? Not a big fan of the green one.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of the green one this year, but to mean the home kit is white. It's pretty basic. There's not a lot you can really do with it. To be fair, this next season I like white, and then on the back just a massive portrait of Craig Forsyth. That'd be class. So just get that on, and that'd be sound. Okay. But no, I mean, I think the home kit's a bit of a funny one, really. Away kit, we've not had a nice one for a long time. I just like a black kit. I love a nice black and white away kit. I love it. So I'd like a white and black, and then obviously third kit, I wouldn't even know where to start. But I think a nice black away kit would be lovely for next season.
Okay. Any of you got any strong preferences?
I wouldn't mind sticking with the golden dead shirt for another season. To be honest, it's quite nice. I think. Yeah, it celebrates the history quite a lot as well.
Right, brilliant. Right, let's talk about what else should happen in the summer. Then we're talking on-field, off-field, boardroom, training ground, under-21s. Stace, what's fundamentally got to happen? Obviously, staying up is first, but what needs to change for you?
I'd like to see some concrete signs of the investment that's been touted for the last few months. That extra money coming in, work on the board, get some football people to support Mr. Clowes. and I'd also like a overhaul and restructure of the medical team and strength and conditioning team. For the amount of soft tissue injuries we've picked up, it's a bit of a worry, and it's not just been under Warren, it's been under Eustace as well. So there's something for me fundamentally wrong there.
Okay, Kieran.
I think it's already been in the prepared, but I think we're getting rid of the pitch and just ripping it up and putting a new one down, because the pitch is resembling the baseball ground more and more each match. I think I wouldn't mind a bit of a rehaul with the under 21s, because the under 18s look fantastic, but the under 21s have had a little bit weakened since the administration. So a bit of a rejig there. Maybe have a few of the academy players come in a little bit more to the squad, refreshing up a little bit. And as they said, some of the investment from third parties would be pretty useful.
Luke?
Yeah, absolutely agree with Kieran and Stace there. I mean, I'd love to see some investment come in. Like you say, with teams coming down from the Premier League, they're getting absolutely stupid money. So it'd be nice to get some investment in, see what we can do with a bit of money under Eustace, because we never know, we could be right up there if we stay up, which I obviously think we will do. So never know there. Obviously, Kieran's already said I'm sick of playing on this beach now. So let's get this new pitch in, get that one nice and sorted. And one thing I do want to see, but it's highly unlikely, Stephen Pearson out of this club. It's the last stain of Mel Morris. Get him out, have someone new in, and let's just roll on from there in this new John Eustace era.
Well said. Well said. Let us know in the comments if they've missed anything. What would you want to see happen over the summer? Right. Cheers, all of you. It is the final game, of course, at home in this season. I bet it feels like many, many years ago when you kicked off, didn't you? At Blackburn Rovers. Back in August on that Friday night. What an up and down season it's been. Stace, can you pick out for us your favourite home game? We did the away games last week. What's been the one game at Pride Park that you've really stuck in your memory this year?
Bristol City 3-0. We absolutely played them off the park, and you wouldn't have thought we'd start to struggle, because we were so dominant in every area of the pitch on that match. It was a big total performance.
Yeah. Luke?
I had Bristol City up there, but I'm going to go for Blackburn at home. That John Eustace redemption, the win to get us rolling, was absolutely brilliant. Rocking Day at Pride Park, and that's where it all began. So, I'm going to say Blackburn.
Good shout. Kieran?
I think I'm going to go Bristol at home. I thought we were just utterly fantastic. And look at Bristol now, in the playoffs. So, it was fantastic. Everything right that day. Fantastic.
Okay, brilliant. Right, let's get some score predictions against Stoke then, shall we? And then we'll let you go. Stace?
2-0 to Derby.
Kieran?
1-0.
And Luke?
I'm going to go 2-1 to the Rams.
Okay. Will you be listening to a radio or checking your phones regularly for scores from Fratton Park? Or just focus on the game?
Focus on ourselves. Not looking anywhere else. Focus on ourselves.
I thought that might be the case.
There's always someone around us.
There's always someone who
around us that scores.
And there's always that one person that sends a fake score, isn't it? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I reckon you'll be able to tell, because if Portsmouth do score at any point on Saturday, you'll hear both the Stoke fans and Derby fans join in joint celebration. Right. Cheers, Luke. Cheers, Stacey. Cheers, Kieran. Enjoy the Stoke game. We'll see you in 7 days' time to review it all and look back on the season as a whole. Thank you very much for joining us. Drop us a like and subscribe. Cheers.